वालेकुम सर जी की हाल जे? ओके सर, ओके ओके ओके।
इससे मैंने कुछ बोला।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
सर अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम बच्चों, कैसे हैं आप लोग?
सर ठीक ठाक सर, आप सुनाएं।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
वालेकुम सलाम सर, कैसे हैं सर आप?
सर आप सुनाएं।
जी अल्लाह के
सर
एहसान
तबीयत
से।
ठीक है आपकी?
सर रूम में तो 40 मिनट क्लास में
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह सर, आप सुनाएं।
जी अल्लाह के एहसान से ठीक ठाक।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
अरे सलाम बेटा, क्या हाल है आपके?
खैरियत है सर, आप बताएं।
जी अल्लाह के एहसान से। बस 1 मिनट में अटेंडेंस शुरू करते हैं आपकी।
ओके सर।
चलें बेटा, अटेंडेंस प्लीज। अब्दुल मोइज इरफान, आबिद अली,
प्रेजेंट सर।
फाइक अहमद, अफाक अहमद,
प्रेजेंट सर।
अफीफा सोहेल, अली हसन, अली मुमताज, अलीजा नज़ीर, अलीजा शहजाद,
प्रेजेंट सर।
अला बचायो।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, मेरी अटेंडेंस लगा दें। अब्दुल मोइज इरफान।
ओके, अलीजा नज़ीर है बेटा?
थैंक यू।
अलीजा नज़ीर, अलीजा शहजाद,
प्रेजेंट सर।
अल्लाह बचायो,
प्रेजेंट सर।
आमिर हयात, आमिर हयात, आमना आदिल, आमना आदिल, आकिब सदीक,
यस सर। सर फीफा की अटेंडेंस लगा देना।
बेटा आप खुद ना बोला करें, उनको खुद बोलने दें। आकिब सदीक हैं?
यस सर। सर उनका नेट इशू है फीफा का।
बस उन्हें कहें टेक्स्ट करें ग्रुप के अंदर। अरबाज खान, अरबाज खान, अरूज रियाज,
प्रेजेंट सर।
अरूसा आसिफ,
प्रेजेंट।
आयशा अनवर, आयशा हारून, आयशा हारून, आयशा खान,
प्रेजेंट सर।
आयशा खान, बाबर अली,
प्रेजेंट सर। आयशा खान प्रेजेंट।
ओके, बाबर अली, बख्त अली,
प्रेजेंट सर।
बिस्मा जावेद, बिस्मा जावेद, दुर मोहम्मद फैसल, ईमान खान नियाजी, इज़्ज़ा तबस्सुम,
प्रेजेंट सर।
फहद अकरम,
प्रेजेंट सर।
फैसल महमूद,
प्रेजेंट।
फैसल साले, फैसल साले, फैजान खान,
प्रेजेंट सर।
फातिमा एजाज,
प्रेजेंट सर।
गुलजमान खान,
प्रेजेंट सर।
हबीबुल्लाह खान,
प्रेजेंट सर।
हमजा फरूख,
प्रेजेंट सर।
हारिस इलाही,
प्रेजेंट सर।
हारून रशीद,
प्रेजेंट सर।
हसनैन ताहिर, हंजा यूसुफ, इकरा भट्टी,
Present.
इमरान आलम,
Present, sir.
इस्मा,
Present, sir.
जुनेद अनवर, कामरान नासिर, कमल हसनैन,
Present, sir.
काशिफ,
Present, sir.
काजिम अली,
Present, sir.
एहसन मुर्तज़ा,
Sir, present, sir, present.
महानूर हसन,
Present, sir.
मलिक अब्दुल वहाब कासी, मरवा माहम,
Present, sir.
मरियम मुमताज, मरियम मुमताज, मरियम मुमताज नहीं है। महर जरियाब अली,
Present, sir.
मियां अफनान,
Present.
मनाहिल अफजल, मोहम्मद असलम, मुबारक अरशद,
Present.
मुबीन भट्ट,
Present. Sir.
मुदस्सिर उमर,
Present, sir.
मोहम्मद अय्यानुर रहमान, फाइज अकलीम,
Present, sir.
मोहम्मद हमजा, मोहम्मद हाशिर,
Present, sir.
मोहम्मद हसन,
Present, sir.
जहांजीब खान,
Present, sir.
कमाल अवैस,
Present, sir.
मोहम्मद उकाशा,
Yes, sir. Present.
उस्मान खान, उमर असगर,
Present, sir. Amar Asghar is present.
अनस कदीर,
Present,
अनस कदीर, ओके। हैदर असलम,
Present, sir.
खावर अली,
Present, sir.
मोहम्मद मंसूर, शहरियार खान,
Present.
तौकीर फारूकी,
Present, sir.
मोहम्मद उमर,
Present, sir.
उजैर कासमी, मोहम्मद उजैर कासमी,
Present, sir.
वलीद भट्ट,
Present, sir.
मुनज़्ज़ा कैसर,
Present, sir.
Present, sir. Present.
ओके। मरीम मुश्ताक,
Present, sir.
मुस्तनसर रशीद,
Yes, sir.
नादिया नौरीन,
Present, sir.
निमरा आरिफ, नौमान परवेज,
Present, sir.
नौमान पर, ओके। राबिया
Yes,
फिजा
sir.
आमिर, राबिया फिजा
Present,
आमिर,
sir.
राबिया फिजा आमिर हैं।
Present, sir.
राना हैदर मुमताज खान, राजिब खान,
Present, sir.
साद नूर,
Present.
सईद अहमद,
Present, sir.
सगीर अली,
Present, sir.
शाहजेब मोहम्मद सैयाब, साहिबजादा मोहम्मद सैयाब, सैफुर रहमान, सलमान अली,
Yes, sir. Present.
संगीन खान,
Present.
साकिब शहजाद,
Present, sir.
सारा आलम, शानजा इकबाल, सुरैया कौसर,
Present, sir.
शानजा इकबाल नहीं है। सुबेरा हारून,
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
कौन बेटा?
Sir, Suraya, present.
ओके। सुबेरा हारून,
Present, sir.
मोहम्मद शाहजमान,
Present, sir.
सर मेरी अटेंडेंस ने कॉल की।
कौन सा, क्या नाम है बेटा?
मरियम मुमताज।
ओके, मैं रीचेक करता हूँ बेटा।
ओके।
शाहजमान है बेटा? सैयद मोहसिन रजा
Present,
बुखारी,
sir. Yes, sir.
ओके। सैयद मोहम्मद मूसा,
Present, sir.
ताहा जावेद,
Present, sir.
उसामा लगारी,
Yes, sir. Usama Lagari.
उसामा शब्बीर,
Present, sir.
वजदानुल हक,
सर उसका इंटरनेट इशू है, वो चित्राल में है सर।
वर्दा आबिद,
Present, sir.
युसरा आरिफ, युसरा, जोहा राना, सुनैरा जफर।
Present, sir.
ओके, अब जल्दी से मैं बता रहा हूँ जो जिन लोगों ने रोल कॉल अभी तक नहीं हुई है, जिन्होंने कॉल नहीं की, अपने बताया नहीं मुझे। अफीफा सुहेल, अली हसन, अली
Present, sir.
सुहेल,
Ali Hassan. Ali Mumtaz, present.
अली मुमताज, अलीजा नजीर,
Ali Hassan. Thank you.
अलीजा नजीर नहीं है, आमिर हयात।
Sir.
यार एक सेकंड, क्या हो गया आप लोगों को? अलीजा नजीर, आमिर हयात, आमना आदिल, अरबाज खान, आयशा अनवर, आयशा हारून,
Arbaz Khan present. Sir, Arbaz Khan present. Sir, present Arbaz Khan.
ओके, आयशा अनवर,
Sir.
ओके, आयशा हारून,
Present, sir.
बाबर अली। ये क्या चल क्या रहा है आप लोगों के? आप लोगों के माइक क्यों ऑन है? बिस्मा जावेद, दूर मोहम्मद फैसल, ईमान खान
प्रेजेंट सर। मोहम्मद असलम सर।
मोहम्मद असलम,
दूर मोहम्मद फैसल प्रेजेंट
बिस्मा
सर।
का नेटी।
ईमान खान न्याजी, फैसल साले।
प्रेजेंट सर।
कौन है भाई फैसल साले? तुम हो?
यस सर, मैं।
ओके,
ओके।
हसनैन ताहिर, हुंसा यूसुफ,
प्रेजेंट सर। मोहम्मद असलम।
ओ भाई मोहम्मद असलम तक तो पहुंचा ही नहीं हूं मैं अभी, क्या हो गया तुम्हें? जुनैद अनवर, कमरान नासिर, मलिक अब्दुल वहाब कासी और मोहम्मद असलम हो गया। मनाहिल अफजल, अयानुर रहमान, मोहम्मद हमजा, उस्मान खान, मोहम्मद मंसूर, निमरा आरिफ, राना हैदर मुमताज़ खान, साद अहमद, साहिबजादा मोहम्मद सैयाब, सैफुर रहमान, सारा आलम, शान से
सर ये
इकबाल।
सारा आलम प्रेजेंट है, लेकिन इसका नेट का इशू है, शायद माइक ओपन नहीं कर पा रहे हैं।
शान से इकबाल, ओके, शान से इकबाल, युसरा आरिफ, जोहर राना। जी बेटा, आप जल्दी से किसी का कोई क्यूरी है तो बताएं। अरबाज खान और
सर मलिक अब्दुल वहाब कासी सर क्वेटा से ताल्लुक रखते हैं, बलूचिस्तान, वहाँ नेट का इशू है, वो मुझे मैसेज करके कह रहा था कि सर से आज कह देना।
Sir, Eliza is present. Sir, मेरा नाम ही नहीं रिकॉल हुआ।
बेटा क्या नाम है?
मरियम मुमताज।
मुमताज बेटा?
जी, मरियम मुमताज।
मरियम मुमताज बेटा, आपका कॉल हो गया था, किसी और ने अटेंडेंस कॉल कर दिया आपके नाम पर?
नहीं सर।
और कौन है भाई, जल्दी से बताएं जिस जिसका इशू है।
अलीजा नजीर, नेट इशू।
सर दूर मोहम्मद फैसल हियर, मैं जाफराबाद बलूचिस्तान आया हूँ, जहाँ पे नेट का इशू है सर।
ओके, और बोलें, और कौन है? अलीजा के बाद
सर अब्दुल मोइज इरफान।
अब्दुल मोइज हो गया ना बेटा, पहले ही हो गया था। और बेटा?
थैंक यू सर। अली हसन सर।
अली है, अली क्या बोला है?
अली हसन।
अली हसन, अली हसन।
सर ये अफीफा इसका सर मैसेज आ रहे हैं मुझे, कह रहे हैं कि सर से कह दे मेरा प्रेजेंट लगा दे।
लग गया बेटा, चले बेटा, अटेंडेंस हो गई है।
सर सैफुर रहमान, सैफुर रहमान।
सर अरबाज।
और बेटा सैफ, और कौन है?
अरबाज खान बोल रहा है।
हो गया बेटा, हो गया अरबाज खान का।
सर मोहम्मद असलम प्रेजेंट है।
ओके, आप लोगों को, मोहम्मद असलम को तो शायद कोई इशू है, ये 6 मरतबा बोल चुका है। एक बार बोला ठीक है, जब आपका नाम कॉल आएगा तो आप तब बोलिएगा। फिर जब मोहम्मद असलम का नाम आया, मैंने बता भी दिया कि मैंने आपकी अटेंडेंस मार्क कर दी। बेटा थोड़ा सा सब्र कर लिया करो, पता नहीं क्या हो गया आपको। चलें बेटा।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
नो प्रॉब्लम, नो प्रॉब्लम। Okay, guys, in my last class, we started to talk about the foreign policy of Pakistan. And in foreign policy of Pakistan, we started to talk about the first phase. And in the first phase of Pakistan foreign policy, we learned that Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was willing to have an independent foreign policy of Pakistan, but the ground realities were quite opposite to it. And from the eastern side in West Pakistan, Pakistan was being pressurized from the Indian side. From the western side in West Pakistan, Pakistan was facing the aggression of Afghanistan. And in the northern side, very hostile, indifferent, and showing cold behavior. The country Soviet Union was sitting, and in the southern side, extreme southern side, we were having the water. So what does it mean? It means that when Pakistan came into being, Pakistan was being encircled by the hostile states. Pakistan was being encircled by the enemy state. So these were the environment in which Pakistan came into being, and these three neighbors, they were very showing a sense. They were showing a sense of animosity towards Pakistan, and Pakistan was not very comfortable. And internationally, Pakistan was willing to have some what you say some good relations with the Muslim countries as well. And globally, Pakistan was also facing no welcoming attitude towards the already existing Muslim states. As I told you in my last class, Egypt and Indonesia, they were not showing very warm welcome towards Pakistan owing to different reasons. And the very first reason was that when Pakistan came into being, Pakistan became the largest Muslim state in the world, and then the largest Muslim state before Pakistan was Indonesia, and then the Egypt, and automatically these countries were saying that a new country has emerged, and their status is being taken over by Pakistan. And Pakistan from the day first was behaving very proactively in order to unite the Muslim world on one platform. So Pakistan was willing to act as a leading role in the Muslim world, but the already existing states, they were showing very indifferent attitude towards Pakistan. So this was the environment in which Pakistan came into being. Okay guys, अभी इन चीज़ों को अभी हमने डिस्कस किया है. अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ. The next phase starts from the 1963 to 1953 to 1962. This phase is known as the alignment with the West. Alignment का मतलब है taking side. So Pakistan started its travel with the independent foreign policy, and Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was of the opinion that we want to have our foreign policy of friendliness, and we are not cherishing any evil designs against the state. But we were not cherishing evil designs. हम किसी के खिलाफ evil design cherish नहीं कर रहे थे, but the world was cherishing evil designs against us. वो एक naval strategist है बहुत बड़ा, उसका नाम है क्लासविट्स. क्लासविट्स ये कहता था, क्लासविट्स का ये मानना है कि if you are not interested in war, but the war is interested in you. So was the case with Pakistan. Pakistan was not interested in war, but war was interested in you. What the other countries were willing to go against Pakistan. So this scenario tha, and because of this environment, what happened? Pakistan was forced. Pakistan was forced to change its foreign policy. Remember one thing, guys, as I have already told you that in international relations, what happens? Your national interest is permanent. No permanent friend, no permanent enemy, no ethics, no norms, no morality, no tradition, no religion even. What matters? Your national interest matters. Today's friend, tomorrow's enemy, day after tomorrow's friend. What is determining your relationship with other states? What is determining your relationship with other states? Your national interest is determining your relationship with others. So Pakistan, which started its travel with the foreign policy of a neutral state, पाकिस्तान ने जब अपना स्टेट किया, न्यूट्रल स्टेट से अपना ट्रैवल शुरू किया, but Pakistan was being encircled by the hostile state. Hawks were all around against Pakistan, all around. Or Pakistan, like an infant state, was suffering because of a lot of problems. तो ये सारे जो problems पाकिस्तान को फेस करने पड़े, इस वजह से क्या हुआ, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan was forced to bring change in its foreign policy, and then Pakistan decided to go for what you say, the alignment with the West. Alignment का मतलब है taking side. Alignment with the West, आप लोगों को जैसे कि मैंने last class में बताया था कि when Pakistan came into being, the world was being dominated by two global powers. One was the United States of America, other was the Soviet Union, USSR. So taking side of the West का मतलब है कि we decided to be a part of the Western bloc and we decided not to be part of the Soviet bloc. Decided to be a part of the Western bloc, that we decided to take side of United States of America against Soviet Union. So the countries which were on the side of Soviet Union became automatically our enemy. वो हमारे enemy automatically बन गए. तो अब ये सारी चीजें भी हम अब आगे डिस्कस करते हैं, मैं आपको बताता हूँ. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम्स क्या थे पाकिस्तान को? प्रॉब्लम्स बहुत ज्यादा थे. अब वो कौन कौन से प्रॉब्लम्स थे, उन्हीं चीजों को मैं अब आपके साथ डिस्कस करने लगा हूँ. आप लोगों को पता चलेंगे किन वजह से वाई पाकिस्तान डिसाइडेड टू गो ऑन द यूएस साइड, उसकी रीजंस क्या थी और किस वजह से पाकिस्तान ने अपनी न्यूट्रल फॉरेन पॉलिसी को चेंज किया. अब उसमें सबसे पहली जो रीजंस थी, सबसे पहली रीजंस ये थी, लास्ट क्लास के अंदर मैंने आपको बताया कि अफगानिस्तान भी हमें सैंडविच बना रहा था, इंडिया भी बना रहा था, नॉर्दर्न साइड पे सोवियत यूनियन था वो बना रहा था, नीचे पानी था, पाकिस्तान जाता तो जाता कहाँ पे. दिस वाज द एनवायरनमेंट इन विच पाकिस्तान वाज सर्वाइविंग. So because of this environment, Pakistan was suffering because of the acute sense of insecurity from all sides. Hawks were all around, or enemy states, they encircled Pakistan. याद रखिएगा, Soviet Union, India and Afghanistan, they were having same approach towards Pakistan. एक अप्रोच थी उनकी पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ. तो मतलब है पाकिस्तान was suffering because of the acute sense of insecurity, eastern side, western side, northern side, southern side. So Pakistan, this was the factor which forced Pakistan to go for the alignment with the West. इसने पाकिस्तान को मजबूर किया कि पाकिस्तान के अलाइनमेंट के साथ जाए. एक बात. दूसरी बात क्या थी? दूसरी थी कि sense of isolation. Pakistan was feeling isolated, lonely in the world politics. Na to neighboring states, they were showing very bad attitude towards Pakistan. A sense of animosity was being reflected by all of the neighboring states against Pakistan. Hawkish attitudes were being reflected by those states. दूसरी बात है कि when Pakistan was willing to shake hand with the Muslim world, even Muslim world was not willing to reconcile with Pakistan. So isolation थी, diplomatical isolation थी in the world, and sense of insecurity थी at the regional level. These were the two. Third thing थी economic crisis. Economic crisis of Pakistan was becoming very severe. Reason ये थी कि India stopped the flow of water to Pakistan, and because of this reason, our agriculture output, that Pakistan, when Pakistan came into being, the only source of income and revenue for Pakistan was the exports of the agriculture products. What to talk of the exports of agriculture products? Even the people of Pakistan, they started to die of hunger and thirst, and wheat crisis started to affect the large number of people. And at that time, United States of America came to rescue. And this is how a goodwill relationship was established between Pakistan and India, Pakistan and United States of America. And religion played also very important. As I told you in my last class, that Pakistan was created on the name of religion. La ilaha, Pakistan ka matlab kya? La ilaha. What is the meaning of Pakistan? Means La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So Pakistan was very uncomfortable with the atheist state. Atheist state से Pakistan बहुत uncomfortable था. बल्कि Pakistan was willing to have good diplomatical connection with the Ahle Kitab. Means, Pakistani Muslims, they are first Jews and then Christians, then we are Muslims. We people have
अहले किताब को क्या कहते हैं सर इंग्लिश में सर?
बल्कि यानी कि they used to believe on the divine books के ऊपर अहले किताब थे.
ओके सर मैं इंग्लिश में वर्ड उसका पूछ रहा था.
डिवाइन बुक्स को वो फॉलो करते थे ना, तौरात, इंजील, जबूर एंड कुरान. Instead of shaking hand with the atheist state से shake hand करने के बजाय Pakistan decided to embrace the people who used to believe on the divine books के ऊपर believe करते, तौरात, जबूर एंड इंजील. So that's why we were having our natural inclination towards the अहले किताब. Means अहले किताब कौन से हैं वो मैंने आप लोगों को बताया. Christians, they were Christians. Okay, religion also played, and then military mindset also played very important role. Whatever the military instruments were being used, they were being made by the Western world, more specifically being made by the Britishers. So the Western technology was considered very sophisticated technology, very advanced and sophisticated technology. And whatever the technology at that time was at the disposal of Pakistan was heavily dominated by the Western ये जो mindset था Western companies की, ये जो चीजें थी पाकिस्तान के अंदर. Then Pakistan decided to do what? So military mindset also played an important role, because आपको पता है कि Britishers and the US during the Second World War, they were having their alliance against their common enemy. So the military apparatus was available at the disposal of Pakistan, जो कि पाकिस्तान के पास था, was westernized. So Pakistan was not believing to adopt a different technology from the Soviet Union. So we were already in conformity. We were already having how to use Western technology. So that's why we went for the US bloc. इसने भी बड़ा अहम किरदार अदा किया. So these were the different what you say, these were the different factors which played very important role. And another very important reason is, another very important thing is that, बहुत important, from the day first, as I told you, Soviet Union was not willing to see Pakistan a stable country because there was a natural conflict between the Soviet Union and Pakistan. Soviet Union was red, Pakistan was green. I'm just talking in symbolic colors. And the Soviet Union, they were the atheists. Pakistan was basically an Islamic state, a Muslim state. So conflict was inevitable between them. That's why both countries, they were not comfortable with each other. And another important thing is, from the day first, Soviet Union was willing to topple Pakistani regime. And in 1951, yani in 47, Pakistan came into being. Just after 4 years, 3.5 years, Soviet Union installed Rawalpindi conspiracy. Rawalpindi conspiracy against Pakistan, and this conspiracy was basically aiming to topple the democratic setup in Pakistan and to install a pro-Soviet government in Pakistan. Pro-Soviet government Pakistan में install करना चाहते थे. इसको Rawalpindi conspiracy. This Rawalpindi conspiracy was initiated by the pro-Soviet people in Pakistan. Pro-Soviet people in Pakistan, and the purpose of this conspiracy was to topple the democratic setup in Pakistan and to install a pro-Soviet government in Pakistan. Ye Rawalpindi conspiracy. And when this news became very open, and then Pakistan decided to believe that Soviet Union is not willing to see Pakistan a sovereign state. Soviet Union is not willing to see Pakistan a stable country. Rather, Soviet Union is willing to see either a puppet state or a state being taken over by Soviet Union. So this thing was against our inspiration. We wanted to live as an independent state. We wanted to live as a liberated, free state. That's why Soviet Union was not willing to see Pakistan an independent state. It was trying to topple Pakistani setup, Pakistani political setup. That's why we decided to join the United States of America. जी हसन.
अरे ये सही आपने बात की कि सोवियत यूनियन एक एथियस्ट था, इसलिए हमने उससे रिलेशंस नहीं बनाए.
हाँ भाई, क्या हो गया इसमें, बोलो. कहाँ गया ये भाई?
सर,
ये कहाँ है? हसन से पहले पूछो ना, क्या कह रहा है वो.
सर उसका माइक म्यूट हो गया मेरे ख्याल से.
नहीं, ऑन है
सर आई थिंक वो ये कहना चाहता होगा कि हमने वो एथिक से इसलिए नहीं रिलेशन बनाया, तो चाइना भी तो वही है ना.
बड़ी अच्छी बात की आपने. ये आपने, साकिब ने ये बड़ी अच्छी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू किया कि आपकी फॉरेन पॉलिसी में ये डाइकॉटमी थी. सोवियत यूनियन आपका इथिस्ट कंट्री, चाइना भी इथिस्ट कंट्री, दोनों कम्युनिस्ट थे. उधर आपने उसको छोड़ दिया, इधर आपने एम्ब्रेस कर लिया. ये क्या आपने, ये आपकी इसी के ऊपर बड़ी डिबेट चलती है, और ये बड़ा अच्छा आपने राइटली किया. लेकिन स्टिल ये पाकिस्तान ने चाइना को रिकॉग्नाइज किया 49 में, और रशिया के साथ हमारे ताल्लुकात 47 से हमने एस्टेब्लिश करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. लेकिन सोवियत यूनियन का जो एटीट्यूड था, चाइना का एटीट्यूड टुवर्ड्स पाकिस्तान वाज वेरी वेलकमिंग, और बल्कि पाकिस्तान का चाइना के लिए एटीट्यूड बहुत वेलकमिंग था, और दोनों के दरमियान अच्छे ताल्लुकात हो गए. लेकिन सोवियत यूनियन तो एक्सपेंशनिस्ट स्टेट था, चाइना एक्सपेंशनिस्ट स्टेट नहीं था. एक्सपेंशनिस्ट का मतलब होता है वो दूसरी स्टेट्स के ऊपर कंकर कर लेता है. चाइना कभी भी एक्सपेंशनिस्ट स्टेट नहीं रहा, बॉर्डर से बाहर जाता ही नहीं था, इसलिए पाकिस्तान डरते थे उससे. मेरी बात समझ आइए?
जी सर.
अच्छा बेटा, अच्छा ये सारी जो चीजें हुई हैं, तो सेंस ऑफ आइसोलेशन, सेंस ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी, इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस, डिप्लोमेटिकल क्राइसिस, और उसके बाद जनाब रावलपिंडी कॉन्स्पिरेसी. सो डिफरेंट रीजंस वर देयर व्हिच सपोर्टेड पाकिस्तान टू गो फॉर द यूएस ब्लॉक. यूएस ब्लॉक का मतलब है हम अमेरिका की साइड ले ले. तो इसका फिर फायदा क्या हुआ, हमें फायदा क्या हुआ, जरा इस चीज को देखना है. फायदे बहुत मिले. अब देखें, पहले पाकिस्तान के पास ना खाने को कुछ था, ना पीने को था, ना हमारे जो ब्यूरोक्रेट्स थे वो बेचारे अपने जो ये बटन बंद करते थे वो कांटे, तो ये थॉर्न जो होते हैं उसके जरिए लगाया करते थे. कसम पुर्सी के हालात है, यानी कि सिचुएशन, सोशल इकोनॉमिक पॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन वाज in chaos. पाकिस्तान की सूरत हाल बहुत बुरी थी. इस सारी सूरत हाल की वजह से इफ्रा भट्टी is raising a question. जी इफ्रा बेटा.
Sir, it's not a question, it's a request. Can you please be a little slow down? Please slow down. It's hard to catch.
Right. Don't worry. तो क्या मैं बात कर रहा था, the situation was not very good for Pakistan, and when Pakistan decided to join, जब पाकिस्तान ने ज्वाइन किया कि we are going to join the Western Bloc against the Soviet Union, so what kind of advantages were being achieved by Pakistan? There were many advantages. Many advantages means at that time, people, they were dying of hunger, people, they were dying of water, thirst, diplomatic support was not there, every institution was in chaos. So different reasons, different problems were being faced by Pakistan. And when Pakistan decided to join United States of America, US bloc, remember one thing, let me say it again. What is determining Pakistan behavior towards US, and why United States of America was welcoming Pakistan? US got its national interest, Pakistan got its national interest. That's why both states, they got coincided, they got joined, they got hand in hand. तो यूएस का इंटरेस्ट था टुवर्ड्स पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान का इंटरेस्ट था ये. लेकिन सोवियत यूनियन वाज नॉट विलिंग टू सी पाकिस्तान एज एन इंडिपेंडेंट स्टेट. यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ सोवियत यूनियन वांटेड टू सी पाकिस्तान एज सैटेलाइट स्टेट, पपेट स्टेट. एक सैटेलाइट स्टेट बनाना चाहता था, एक पपेट स्टेट बनाना चाहता था. Soviet Union wanted to take over Pakistan. So that's why our interest was not coincident. That's why we were not willing to join Soviet Union. सोवियत यूनियन को नहीं, हम रशिया के, यूएस के साथ चले गए. अच्छा, अब व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एडवांटेजेस? वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग, इन फरवरी 1954, on the persuasion of United States of America, Pakistan joined Mutual Defense Assistance Agreement, and this agreement was signed between Pakistan and Turkey in 1954. And mutual defense, it means, you know, Turkey at that time was NATO country, and it was modernized country. It was an advanced country in terms of military procurements, military progress, and economic progress. So Pakistan joined on the persuasion of United States of America, and because of this agreement, Mutual Defense Assistance Agreement, it is known as MDA. Mutual Defense Assistance Agreement is known as MDA. MDA, when Pakistan decided to join, in return, what Pakistan got? Pakistan got a lot of things. Pakistan got military equipments. Pakistan got trainings facilities. Pakistan got other sources. Pakistan got generous aid from these countries. So militarily, Pakistan started to become powerful. Economically, Pakistan started to rehabilitate, reinstate itself. Diplomatical support. Pakistan got diplomatical support of the American bloc. Diplomatical support globally. So this is how Pakistan decided to join. Ab agli baat sune zara. In September 1954, Pakistan joined SEATO. SEATO is known as Southeast Asian Treaty Organization. So this treaty was made by United States of America for the Southeast Asian organization, for the Southeast Asian countries. And Pakistan was in South Asia? No, Pakistan was also in Southeast Asia, because the Eastern Pakistan was in the Southeast Asia. That's why Pakistan joined. SEATO. At that time, the West Pakistan, your East Pakistan was in Southeast Asia, and this part of Pakistan was in South Asia. So Pakistan joined Southeast Asia because Bengal, East Bengal or East Pakistan was in Southeast Asia. And remember one thing, why Pakistan joined this treaty? The reason being, there were many countries, for instance, Australia was there, France was there, Great Britain was there, New Zealand was there, Philippines was there, Pakistan was there, Thailand was there, US itself was here in this treaty. Is sare countries ke andar. So why Pakistan joined? Remember one thing, US was trying to increase its area of influence in this region. US was trying to increase its area of influence in this region. So these countries were like-minded countries. So these were basically the pro-US bloc countries. And SEATO is also known as Manila Pact because it was signed in the capital of Philippines, Manila. Manila ke andar ye sign hua tha. It is also known as the Manila Pact. And Pakistan got the assurance that when and if Soviet Union would be attacking Pakistan, agar Soviet Union Pakistan ko attack karega, then that attack would not be considered an attack against Pakistan. That attack would be considered an attack against all. So all states would be joining hand in hand to save Pakistan's security. And you know, at that time, Pakistan was suffering because of the acute sense of insecurity. And when Pakistan joined it, the very first irritant, the Soviet threat, was removed. And Soviet Union started to behave normally with Pakistan. Because when Pakistan joined this thing, a lot of things happened with Pakistan. और ये जो मनीला पैक्ट को ज्वाइन किया, इसके अंदर मैंने आपको बताया कितने कंट्रीज थे: ऑस्ट्रेलिया, फ्रांस, ग्रेट ब्रिटेन, न्यूजीलैंड, पाकिस्तान, फिलीपीन, थाईलैंड एंड यूएस. Remember one thing, this treaty was against the communist threat. It was not against any other threat. This agreement was just to secure Pakistan against the communist threat. What if the threat of China? What if the threat of, India? What if the threat of Afghanistan? This thing was not written in it. And its charter was suggesting that Pakistan would be secured if it would be attacked by the communist world. Agar attack karegi. It was not talking about the Indian threat. It was not talking about the Afghanistan threat. तो इन चीजों की ये बात नहीं कर रहे. Okay, guys. तो okay. And then this treaty was signed in the September 1954. In the same month next year, in September 1955, what happened? In September 1955, Pakistan joined the Baghdad Pact, and this pact was basically designed for the for the Middle Eastern countries, and there were some like-minded states over there as well. And Pakistan joined this treaty because 3 Muslim countries were already member of it. Iran was there, Turkey was there, Iraq was there. And this treaty was signed in 1955. In 1955, this treaty was signed, and और इसको Baghdad Pact कहते हैं. And when after 5 years or 4 years, when the Iraq decided to withdraw from it, then this treaty was renamed as CENTO, Central Treaty Organization. It was named as CENTO. CENTO means Central Treaty Organization. Again, this treaty was against the communist threat, और इसके अंदर 3 Muslim states were there. That's why Pakistan decided to join this thing. What kind of advantages were being achieved by Pakistan? Pakistan को advantages कौन-कौन से मिले? Look here. Very first thing, economic aid. Huge, generous economic aid was being given by the United States of America to Pakistan in order to stabilize Pakistan, in order to make Pakistan a strong country. And then what happened? Our military in terms of infantry, artillery, cavalry was reorganized, trained, equipped with weapons. Our Air Force was given with the latest fighting planes of the times, like F-104, F-86, is आज के like F-35, like in today's time F-35. At that times F-104, F-186, ये प्लान्स मिले. ट्रांसपोर्टर प्लेन्स मिले टू एयरफोर्स लाइक C-130, अपाची हेलीकॉप्टर्स मिले, ट्रांसपोर्टर हेलीकॉप्टर्स मिले, एयरक्राफ्ट. यूएस Pakistan Navy was given the naval warships, radar systems were being given. So Pakistan military, Pakistan Air Force, Pakistan Navy, they were all reorganized, given with the latest state-of-the-art technology. And the country that was suffering because of the acute sense of insecurity and isolation started to reassert itself, started to dominate in world politics, and threats were not there. And if threats were coming from the Indian side and from the Afghanistan, now those threats were being diluted. Pakistan was much more bigger, much powerful in terms of military muscle, and these countries were now willing to have reconciliatory posture. These countries were willing to have reconciliatory posture towards Pakistan, और उन्होंने कहा कि हमें लड़ने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. And India also changed its attitude towards Pakistan. Afghanistan also changed its attitude towards Pakistan, and Pakistan became very powerful regional country. हर तरह की लेटेस्ट चीजें पाकिस्तान को मिली हैं. But remember one thing, these things were not without cost. We people were also forced to pay the cost, और हमें cost भी pay करनी पड़ी. What was the cost? The very cost ये थी, Pakistan foreign policy, which was earlier considered as a neutral foreign policy, now it was a partisan foreign policy, and Pakistan was the part of the bloc politics. And when Pakistan was a part of the bloc politics, means if Pakistan was a part of the US bloc, it means the countries which were in the Soviet bloc, they became enemy of Pakistan. Automatically, naturally, they became enemy. So where we made friends, we made enemies as well. So this was the cost. Soviet Union was the biggest threat to Pakistan. And Soviet Union, when Pakistan decided to join the US bloc, Soviet Union was coming up with the extreme criticism against Pakistan. And then Soviet Union started to help India on Kashmir. Soviet Union decided to help Afghanistan on the Durand line. Durand line के ऊपर उन्होंने उसको भी किया. What does it mean? It means that Soviet Union openly decided to help India against Pakistan, and decided to help Afghanistan against Pakistan. और ये हमको देना उनको मदद किया. और लेकिन Pakistan at that time was militarily very powerful, much beyond the access of India, much beyond the access of Afghanistan. And this is how Pakistan started to assert itself. And another very important thing, that many Muslim countries, they were pro-Soviet. And when Pakistan joined the US bloc, so somehow Pakistan also borrowed the animosity. Pakistan also borrowed the animosity of the Muslim countries as well. ये हुआ. इसके बाद you remember one thing, NAM. NAM means non-alignment movement. NAM was Pakistan was at the forefront of the NAM. Pakistan NAM के forefront के ऊपर था. लेकिन when Pakistan decided to join the Soviet bloc, the US bloc, when Pakistan decided to join the US bloc, India made Pakistan out from the NAM, non-alignment movement, and India became the main flag barrier of the non-alignment movement. In Urdu, non-alignment movement को आप कहते हैं non-alignment movement. Means दुनिया के अंदर earlier two blocks were there, US bloc, the Soviet bloc. Another bloc was there. That bloc was composed of the countries which were not willing to either take the side of US or the Soviet Union. They wanted to remain neutral. That's why it is known as non-alignment movement, NAM. And when Pakistan decided to join the US bloc, India made Pakistan out from this and became the head of the non-alignment. And because of this reason, what happened? Pakistan lost its purpose. Pakistan lost its cause among the many poor countries of the world. और ये भी कॉस्ट हमें पे करनी पड़ी. और चाइना के साथ हमारा, रिमेंबर, अब जरा गौर से सुनना है आप लोगों ने. In 1949 China came into being. China got liberated from the Chiang Kai-shek. और जब इससे आजाद हुआ, तो Pakistan showed very welcoming attitude towards China, and China also showed very welcoming. But after that, Pakistan's relation with China, the communist China, were not deepened. नहीं गहरे नहीं हुए, ज्यादा अच्छे ताल्लुकात नहीं हुए, बल्कि साइलेंट रहे. Remember one thing, from 1949 to 1960, a very popular slogan was in the global politics. That popular slogan was Hindu Chini Bhai Bhai. Hindu Chini Bhai Bhai. And many a times in 1956, 1957, 1958, and even 1959, the government of Pakistan, means the Ayub Khan, tried to resolve the territorial disputes with China, but China was not willing to see and accept Pakistani request. वो पाकिस्तान को कुछ समझता नहीं था China, because India and China, they were known as Hindu Chini Bhai Bhai. And first time what happened, how China realized the importance of Pakistan, and this is something of the Sino-India war. Sino-India की war हुई है in 1960 के start के अंदर, और 1960 के start के अंदर ये जो war हुई है, तो China defeated heavily. India was heavily being defeated by China. Thousands of people were being killed, and India requested Pakistan to give a safe passage to attack China. And India was willing to have a safe passage from the independent Kashmir to attack China, क्योंकि वो उसको ऊपर से जाके अटैक करना चाहता था. Pakistan refused it flatly. Pakistan ने कहा, sorry, I can't do this. And this is a time when first time China opened its eyes towards Pakistan. उसको पता चला ये तो बड़ा अच्छा कंट्री है, ये तो बड़े कारामत कंट्री है, ये तो स्ट्रेटेजिक कंट्री है, और ये तो हमारे खिलाफ इस्तेमाल नहीं. अगर पाकिस्तान वो रास्ता दे देता, then total different story होनी थी. और चाइना को पहली दफा पता चला, भाई ये तो बड़ा अच्छा कंट्री है, ये तो काम का कंट्री है, इसको तो लेके चलो साथ. And China offered Pakistan. China, after defeating India heavily, badly, offered Pakistan, this is the high time. This is the high time. Take your whole Kashmir back. Indian politics is demoralized. Indian military is demoralized. Indian economy is in shattered. Indian cohesively they are destroyed. The whole nation is demoralized. This is the high time. Take your Kashmir back. अपना पूरे का पूरा कश्मीर इंडिया से ले लो. And we will be helping you. As you help us, we will be helping you. But you know, at that time, Pakistan was in the block of the United States of America, and United States of America, the US president wrote a letter to Pakistan, to Pakistani president, and the theme of that letter was, "Don't stab India in its back." And on the persuasion of the US president, Pakistan decided not to take Kashmir. And after 4 years, Pakistan did the same thing. But it was on the wrong time and place. When the time was ripe, it was not being utilized. And China was willing to help Pakistan. China Pakistan को help करना चाहता था. And with the same frame of mind, but the late approach, then the Operation Grand Slam, then the Operation Gibraltar. These Operation Gibraltar and Grand Slams, they were being initiated, and those operations resulted in 1965 war between Pakistan and India. But Pakistan lost its opportunity, and India got the opportunity. India ने वो opportunity जीती. Or China was of the opinion that this is the high time. If you want to have your whole Kashmir back, take it. India is demoralized, take it, whatever you want to have it. और नहीं किया Pakistan ने. Or and this is a point from where a new slogan started to resonate the global politics. What was that? Sino-Pak friendship, deeper than sea, sweeter than honey, higher than Himalaya, thicker than blood. Sino, just Hindu Chini Bhai Bhai slogan was replaced with sweeter than honey, thicker than blood, higher than Himalaya, deeper than sea. और बच्चों मेरी बातें समझ आ रही हैं कि नहीं आ रही?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. आ रही है.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Yes, sir. आ रही है. Yes, sir.
Then what happened? अच्छा, this was the phase. This was the phase of the second phase. अब आते हैं. Let's talk about this third phase. Third phase is known as the transition. Third phase is known as the transition. Now remember one thing. Today's friend, day after tomorrow, today's friend, day after tomorrow's. Tomorrow's enemy. Tomorrow's enemy, day after tomorrow's.
Friends.
कौन determine करता है your relations? What
duration क्या थी?
National interest.
National interest. Your national interest determines your relations with other states. And now few things happened during this phase. ये जो second phase के अंदर few things happened which perturbed Pakistan, and Pakistan was forced to change. Pakistan was forced to rethink over its policy of alignment with the West. वो कौन सी चीजें थी वो मैं बताता हूँ. Second phase starts from 1962 to 1971. 1962 to 1971. This is known as the third phase. Third phase is known as the transition. Transition from 1962 to 71. 62 to 71. बेटा इसके नोट्स मिलेंगे आप लोगों को, परेशान ना हो. क्यों परेशान हो रहे हैं आप? आबिद अली क्या कहना चाह रहे हो बेटा?
ब्रो मैं आपसे ड्यूरेशन पूछनी थी, वो क्लियर हो गई.
62 to 71. Okay guys, अब आगे चलते हैं. Then what happened? अब इसमें a few things happened which forced Pakistan to change its foreign policy. What was the very first thing is, in 1960, between the Sino-India War, United States of America decided to help India. United States of America decided to help India against China. And Pakistan was very surprised to see this. Why US is helping India against China? Pakistan was very surprised to see that why US is helping India against China. But Pakistan was supporting China at that time. And Pakistan was very surprised, and United States of America was giving generous aid, military aid to India, generous military aid. Pakistan was of the opinion. Beta mic band kare apna. So Pakistan was of the opinion that whatever US is giving India, I got those everything while becoming a part of US bloc, and I compromise on my foreign policy. And many countries, they got enemy of Pakistan as well. And I also paid a cost of it. And whatever you are giving in India, you are giving India without any cost, without any reason, since India is not a part of any alliance. India claims to be itself as a neutral country. Why you are giving everything? I paid a cost, then you gave me these things, these things, and you are giving all those things to India without any reason. Why? First time Pakistan realized that no ethics, no morality, no norms, no tradition, no religion, nothing is permanent. National interest is permanent. Pakistan also decided to change its foreign policy. First factor. Second factor was very important factor. Now United States of America was having ICBM. ICBM stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles. Means a missile from one continent would be fired and it will be targeting the enemy at the other continent. इसको कहते हैं intercontinental ballistic missiles. And United States of America also made its nuclear submarine. And that nuclear submarine was having the capability to come up on the surface of water very close to the boundary of enemy. And after hitting that enemy, and that submarine used to submerge into the water for weeks, for months, without being traced. So these things were being made by United States of America, and United States of America was not now in a position, was not willing to nurture Pakistan as a base, against what? Against Soviet Union. Now United States of America started to change its policy towards Pakistan, because now the importance of bases like Pakistan was a base by being used by United States of America against the Soviet Union. So the importance of Pakistan was getting decreased in the eyes for the United States of America. The पहले बताया Sino-India War, second was the ICBM or missiles. अब ICBM and nuclear submarines. अब आते हैं third factor के ऊपर. U2 crisis. Oh my God, this was the most horrific event which forced Pakistan to change its foreign policy. What was the U2 crisis? When Pakistan decided to join the US bloc, जब पाकिस्तान ने US के bloc को join किया, then Pakistan opened its land for the US military, and United States of America started to use the Pakistani soil for the reconnaissance, surveillance purposes, eavesdropping purposes against the Soviet Union. And what happened? U2 was basically a spy plane which used to have its flight from the military base located in Budbear near Peshawar. Spy plane used to have its flight, and all the way while going from the Soviet Union, taking the videos, snaps of the military installation, and it used to land in the Poland. Poland mein hota. It used to have its flight, and all the way after crossing the Soviet Union, it used to go land in Poland. And the US was having the idea that the Soviet Union, they are not having so advanced what you say, the radar system. They will not be detecting our U2 spy plane. But the very first flight was being detected. And they intentionally allowed it to go. And they waited for the second, because in order to know from where it gets its flight and where it landed. And they waited for the second to come. And when the second flight, after a few days or weeks, second U2 started to have its flight, and all the way after having the pictures, and when it was passing through the Soviet territory, then the Soviet Union targeted it, and the plane was shot down. Or plane ko niche gira liya, and the pilot was arrested alive, arrested alive. And Soviet Union kept silent over it. Soviet Union us pe khamosh ho gaya, and they waited for the US response, or US response ko wait kiya. And after a few days, United States of America came that their one plane, which was on the weather purpose, disappeared somewhere in Central Asia. Or Central Asia mein kahin pe kho gaya. Then the alive arrested pilot was presented by the Soviets on the TV, and he was accepting that, yes, of course, I am spy, the US spy. We used to have our flights from the Pakistani soil, and we used to land over the Poland, and we were on the spy mission. And this thing created a diplomatical defeat for the United States of America. United States of America के लिए diplomatical defeat create की, but It was nothing for the US, but it was everything for Pakistan. How? How it was everything for Pakistan? First time, the Soviet Union marked the city of Peshawar through the red mark and gave a blistering, threatening letter, note to Pakistan that if from now onwards, and if your soil would be used against me, we would be evaporating your whole city. We would be destroying your whole city into vapors, and we would be attacking you through the nuclear bomb. हम पाकिस्तान के ऊपर न्यूक्लियर हमला कर देंगे. Oh my goodness, this was such a threat, clear threat that Pakistani establishment started to, और पाकिस्तानी सियासत के हालात खराब हो गए. And Pakistan first time realized that, oh my goodness, big blunder is being committed, despite the fact that we got something, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. Lekin, in order to reconcile the Soviet Union, the government of Pakistan decided to go for visits. So these were the factors, one after another, which happened, and Pakistan was forced to rethink over its foreign policy and foreign policy of alignment into transition. And Pakistan started to bring transition, and then Pakistan decided to shake hand with Soviet Union as well. Look, what matters? National interest matters, guys. And Pakistan decided to shake hand with Soviet Union, and Soviet Union was waiting for this moment to come. Soviet Union was waiting for this moment to come. And when Pakistan decided to shake hand with Soviet Union, the Pakistan and Soviet Union became very happy. And the aid which we used to receive from US and the aid which we used to receive from the US blocks, Soviet Union promised to give us everything. Soviet Union ने पाकिस्तान को हर चीज देने की, military trainings, equipment, radars, technological fighter planes, logistic planes, helicopters, each and everything. And Pakistan got happy. Soviet Union started to help Pakistan to strengthen its economy. और कितनी इकोनॉमी दी, जरा गौर से सुनिएगा. कितना ज्यादा पैसा दिया कि पाकिस्तान का एक थर्ड फाइव ईयर प्लान था पाकिस्तान का, which was composed of 30 to 35 projects. The Soviet Union decided to fund all of those 35 projects. सारे के सारे पाकिस्तान के प्रोजेक्ट्स को फंड कर दिया और फिर पाकिस्तान के फौजियों को ट्रेन करना शुरू कर दिया. My father was one of them. In 1966 and 1967, two military missions were gone for higher trainings in Soviet Union, and my father was one of them. और उसके अंदर आर्मी एविएशन पाकिस्तान के अंदर बनना शुरू हो रही थी और सोवियत यूनियन हेल्प अस अ लॉट. और वो गए, ये 67 ट्रेनिंग्स भी देना शुरू कर दी और फिर पाकिस्तान के अंदर सब कुछ किया जो था, and Pakistan got happy. But remember one thing, nothing was without any cost. Cost was waiting, and huge cost was waiting. Not only small, huge cost. What matters? National interest. Why United States of America was helping Pakistan? To protect its interest against Soviet Union. Why Pakistan decided to take help from the United States of America? We wanted to survive. Our national interest was to survive against Soviet Union. Now the global politics was changing. And priorities were also changing. And then Pakistan decided to shake hand with Soviet Union. Soviet Union came with the threat that if from now onward your soil would be used, we would be. Or Peshawar ka jo map of the Peshawar was marked through the red marker. And a threatening note was sent to Pakistan that don't do this. Otherwise, we will be attacking you through the nitrogen, hydrogen, and nuclear bomb. Yeah, I'm just giving you. And the whole city would be evaporated. पूरे का पूरा city को हम बुखारात में बना के उड़ा देंगे. This thing made Pakistan to open eyes, to realize what Pakistan has done and what US is doing against Pakistan. Why US is helping India? We paid a cost, India got everything without any cost. Why? So what happened? Pakistan decided to strengthen its relation with China. Pakistan decided to strengthen its relation with Soviet Union. But cost is always there, man. Nothing is free. Nothing is free in international politics. So your strategy must be to have the minimum cost in order to get the maximum yield. Minimum cost with the maximum yield. और वो अब हमारी पॉलिसी क्या थी? नी जर्क रिएक्शन होता है, कुछ होता है नी जर्क करते हैं, रिएक्शन चेंज कर लेते हैं। और बच्चों मेरी बात समझ आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है आप लोगों को?
जी सर।
यस सर।
जी सर, आ रही है सर।
यस सर।
दैट्स ग्रेट, दैट्स क्लियर। और फिर
यूट्यूब की डेट बता दें यूट्यूब क्राइसिस की।
ये 1960, 61, 62 के अंदर ही सारा कुछ हो रहा था, ठीक है ना? क्या ना ये, और ये सारे परेशान नहीं होना आप लोगों ने, इसको पढ़े मेरा पुत्र, और चीजें ये होना शुरू हुई और पाकिस्तान के अंदर डेट्स आप लोग कंफर्म कर लें, देख लीजिएगा एग्जैक्ट डेट। आप यूट्यूब क्राइसिस लिखिए, आपके सामने आ जाएगा सारी चीजें, गूगल करें जरा इसको।
ओके सर।
अच्छा, कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना चाह रहे हैं? अभी तक तो मैं सीधा ही चला जा रहा हूँ। कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है तो प्लीज लेट मी नो।
यस सर, पूछना चाहते हैं
जी
सर। व्हाट वाज बिहाइंड दैट सर? व्हाई यूएस इज कंटिन्यूअसली हेल्पिंग सर इंडिया विदाउट एनी कॉस्ट?
Because United States of America was not willing to see the communist bloc getting unified. Communist bloc. China भी कम्युनिस्ट था, सोवियत भी कम्युनिस्ट था, both were communist. So अमेरिका की पॉलिसी थी to contain communism in this world. और अगर चाइना को कमजोर करने का मतलब है कम्युनिस्ट ब्लॉक को कमजोर करना, ठीक है
सर? अगर वो इंडिया की हेल्प कर रहा है तो सर वो पाकिस्तान की भी मदद कर सकता था ना इसी तरह।
तो नहीं कर रहा था ना, पाकिस्तान कह रहा क्यों कर रहा है? वो कहता करूंगा, बस नहीं कर रहा था। और कोई बात?
सर
ओके, तो मतलब क्या है कि अमेरिका ने और पाकिस्तान को ये चीज पसंद नहीं आई। प्रैग्मेटिकली अगर देखें कि आपका जो एनिमी है, आपका एनिमी इज बीइंग सपोर्टेड बाय योर अलाय, तो आप तो नाराज होंगे उससे ऑटोमेटिकली। भाई क्यों कर रहे हो मेरे दुश्मन को? क्यों? वो मेरा दुश्मन है, तुम मुझे सपोर्ट करो उसके बजाय, बल्कि तुम मेरे दुश्मन को सपोर्ट करो, वो पावरफुल होगा तो वो मेरे खिलाफ ही आएगा ना। काशिफ मेरी बात समझ रहे हो कि नहीं?
बिल्कुल सर।
समझ रहे हो।
तो अगर इंडिया मजबूत होगा तो किसका थ्रेट होगा? पाकिस्तान
को सर। जी सर।
तो ये एक नेचुरल बात थी, वो पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ इंडिया को सपोर्ट करना शुरू हो गया और पाकिस्तान को ये बात अच्छी पसंद नहीं आई और सिचुएशन खराब होना शुरू हो गई। आगे चलें फिर, और फिर यूट्यूब क्राइसिस हो गया, फिर बडबेर वाला वाकया हो गया, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह। और फिर बेटा ये बंद करें अपने माइक्स को। और फिर उसके बाद क्या हुआ बेटा? और फिर 5 साल के अंदर 3 हमारे अयूब खान ने जब ये सारे मामला देखे तो जनाब 1961 में वो कहाँ गए? अमेरिका गए अयूब खान, और वहां पे जाके उन्होंने स्पीच की। और स्पीच में कहा कि वी आर विद द पीपल ऑफ यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका, व्हेन एवर देयर वुड बी एनी थ्रेट टू द यूएस पीपल, पाकिस्तान वुड बी स्टैंडिंग। लेकिन अमेरिका को कोई बात समझ में नहीं आ रही थी। अमेरिका हैज ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड टू चेंज पॉलिसी टुवर्ड्स पाकिस्तान, पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ पॉलिसी उसने चेंज कर ली थी। और इस वजह से, और यानी यहाँ तक किया, फिर जब अमेरिका ने पाकिस्तान की बात नहीं मानी तो फिर देन पाकिस्तान डिसाइडेड टू शेक हैंड विद द सोवियत यूनियन। और फिर 3 दौरे किए पाकिस्तान के फॉरेन मिनिस्टर जो कि अयूब खान साहब थे, जुल्फकार अली भुट्टो साहब थे, उन्होंने 3 दौरे किए डिफरेंट टाइम्स में। और फिर अयूब खान ने भी 3 दौरे किए सोवियत यूनियन के, और थिंग्स स्टार्टेड टू हैपन। और पाकिस्तान रिसीव्ड wealth, Pakistan received aid, assistance, military trainings, equipment, new technology, hard technology, latest technology. अब पाकिस्तान के पास अमेरिकन टेक्नोलॉजी भी थी, यूएस टेक्नोलॉजी भी थी, रशियन टेक्नोलॉजी भी थी, और पाकिस्तान मिलिटरी और पावरफुल हो गया। और यही तो वजह 65 की वार में हमने इंडिया का सत्यानाश कर दिया था, मार के उनको। जो सोवियत यूनियन, पहले इंडिया सारी सोवियत यूनियन की टेक्नोलॉजी इस्तेमाल करता था, वो हमारे पास आ गई, हमें पता चल गया कैसे चलती है, हम उसके मास्टर हो गए। अमेरिकन टेक्नोलॉजी इंडिया के पास थी नहीं, वो हमारा हाई एज रहा, और उसको हमने यूज कर करके इंडिया को बहुत मारा 65 की वार में। लेकिन वो भी हमारी विक्ट्री ऑन ग्राउंड, डिफीट ऑन टेबल वाली बात है। वो विक्ट्री ऑन ग्राउंड और डिफीट ऑन टेबल वाली बात है। ठीक है बच्चों, कोई बात करना चाह रहे हैं? कोई बात कहना चाह रहे हैं? प्लीज लेट मी नो। अच्छा बच्चों, इसी पॉइंट से हम इंशाल्लाह अपना नेक्स्ट लेक्चर शुरू करेंगे। कोई बात कहना चाह रहे हैं? प्लीज लेट मी नो नाउ।
सर ये जो नोट्स हैं सर, ये ग्रुप्स में भी शेयर कर दिया करें, मेरी वो एलएमएस पे शो नहीं हो रहा है मुझे।
बेटा एलएमएस पे अभी हमने शेयर नहीं किया, वहां पे भी कर देंगे, ग्रुप में भी कर देंगे।
सर मुझे शुरू से ही कोई शेयर नहीं हुआ नोट्स अभी तक।
चलो बेटा ग्रुप में भी कर देते, परेशान नहीं होना आपने, ठीक
सर
है।
आपकी जो फॉरेन पॉलिसी की दोनों वीडियो सर आपने अपलोड कर दी यूट्यूब पे?
दोनों ही कौन सी है? अभी तो एक ही हुई है, एक होगी, एक आज हो जाएगी।
ओके
ओके गाइस, ओके।